Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Whenever you get a chance to check us out, we definitely appreciate it. It's the real estate experience. It's me, Travon Smith, and we have somebody we've already had a chance to speak to before. We had such a great response. We'd love to bring her back, especially with it being the holidays. We got the one and only home stager that we talked to, Miss TJ McCarty. How you doing?
I'm great. Am I really the only one?
I promise you, you can always go check the references in the shows, right? At least you know I'm not telling a
Oh,
story.
I'm honored.
No, no
I'm
problem.
honored.
It's definitely a pleasure. Like I said, we had a chance to talk to you before about home staging, the importance of home staging. I've recently been in a lot of homes over the weekends, and after talking to you, I'm starting to see more and more people. Now I understand more and more people are home staging. I was used to walking into empty houses, and now I'm walking into decorative houses. So if you want to go ahead and reintroduce yourself, tell people exactly what you do, and we'll go from there.
Great. Thank you for having me on again. I am TJ McARDLE. I am the owner, CEO, and principal stylist of Larimar Home Staging in Rancho Cucamonga. And yeah, I'm a home stager. I stage vacant homes. I can stage occupied listings. I offer consultations, and I do a little bit of design work on the side.
And as we talked about, home staging brings a little sparkle to the home instead of it just being empty, echoed out home, correct?
Well, yes, it makes it aesthetically pleasing, which is important, but it also shows the buyers that it's going to accommodate them and that they're going to be able to function within the home. So it's a marketing strategy.
And 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 the one thing, like I don't know if people might have heard the last show. The one thing I talked about going into a home and having a little bit of design, maybe a plant here, a vase, or a couch here. It helps the home buyer understand what the home could possibly look like.
It does. It's best to fully furnish each room that you're going to stage. You don't necessarily need to stage the entire house. You can leave the secondary bedrooms unstaged, but the living room, the family room, um, breakfast nook, formal dining room, and primary bedroom should always be staged and fully furnished. It's not enough just to put a few accessories in there. That's not going to do anything.
And I've noticed that of recently. I went out with some buyers, and I actually thought the homes that were empty were nice. Just me with a glance, a naked glance through my eye. But I always notice the responses when like what you do and what you're saying is when the homes have furniture in it or things to appease the buyer, it's just like they like it more. I was like, they was like, well, how do you feel about this house? Well, I like this house, but I actually like the empty house better. But I don't think they could see what I was trying, what I've seen because I've probably been in so many houses.
This is true. Some of us can look at an empty space and see the potential, but the vast majority of the population cannot. And they also need to see how much furniture it's going to be able to fit. If a king size bed is going to fit in the primary bedroom and a full size sofa, and so that's where staging comes in, is to show them that it will fit their living room furniture, their bed,
Mm.
and accommodate their whole family at the dining table. And so it's very important then to use full size furniture, fit as big a bed as you can in every primary, and it should be a king whenever possible, and full size sofas instead of little. Some people do shortcuts and just put in like love seats instead of a full size sofa, but you should you should use proper scale furniture to demonstrate to the buyers that it's going to work.
I want to kind of go off script and just maybe ask, what are a couple tips that we might give? Because there's a lot of houses that have been on the market for a long time now. I remember the last time we talked, you could put a house on the market with one plan in it, it would be bought. Now these houses are on one, two. I've seen houses on for 6 months on the market. What is a couple tips you might give to the sellers if they have furniture in there, or if they don't have furniture in there? Because I've seen some on the market for over 180 days with furniture in there. They might need to make some different arrangements.
Right. So are these houses you're seeing with the furniture in it, is it the homeowner's furniture, or
The
have they
homeowners.
stayed the homeowner's furniture? Yeah. So the biggest thing is to depersonalize and minimize, take out anything that's going to reveal your religious ideology, your political ideology, your favorite sports teams, what you do for fun, your hobbies, anything that personalizes the home and shows the buyer's personality, or the seller's personality rather, because that's going to prohibit buyers from being able to view it as their own.
Mhm.
It's going to feel like the house is taken already. They're going to start wondering if the sellers have even begun to emotionally detach from the home. And we really want buyers to be able to start forming their own emotional attachment to the home and be able to visualize themselves living there. So depersonalizing the home is really important. It's important to have furniture in there and art and accessories. We want it to feel like a home, but we don't want it to feel like it's specifically, this specific family's home. We want it, to be neutral.
Yeah, you want to kind of give them ideas, but not, like you said, don't be biased with your ideas. Like, this is our house, because some people may take that in offense in any kind of manner nowadays, right?
Yeah, some things might be offensive, but it's not, some things are offensive, but also it's just, they may feel like they're the offenders when they go to view a home
Mhm.
and they see these adorable children, photos of the kids and the pets, and they start wondering, oh, where is this
Oh, okay.
family right now? They might be waiting in a hot car around the corner for us to get out of here, and they start looking at their clock or watch and thinking, let's just, they feel like intruders
I
in
got
somebody else's home. So depersonalizing helps prohibit or prevent that. Even if it's obvious that it's somebody is still living there, you don't want to make it any more obvious than you need to.
Got you. Because like you said, I've been in some homes where the dirty clothes hampers there. I mean, you could tell they tried to cover it up, and the kids' beds are there, and like when they walk in, the future home buyers or the client, they're like in a hurry, like they want to get out of there. Because like you said, now that I think about it, because they feel like they're intruding their space.
Yeah, they feel uncomfortable. I mean, you want to make them feel as comfortable as possible, because you know as well as I do that the longer they stay in the home, the more likely they are to put an offer in on it.
Definitely. I want to ask this. We have Halloween less than a week away. We have the Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. Should home sellers decorate their home around the holiday that may be happening, or is that going into, that's just something I'm asking.
Yeah.
If it's Halloween, like, hey, let's decorate it with Halloween stuff, or is it Thanksgiving, put up things if your house is on the market? What would you say about those kind of opinions?
No, I advise that they don't.
Okay.
And there's a couple of reasons for that. One, the first reason touches on, what we were just talking about. It kind of personalizes the home.
Mhm.
Not everybody celebrates Christmas. Not
True.
everybody celebrates Halloween. Some people are deeply offended by Halloween.
Okay.
Um, I'm not, I love it, but
I love all the
you know,
holidays in the fall.
yeah.
So,
So that's one reason. But the other reason is when the listing photos show holiday decor
mm,
and then the holiday passes, it makes it really obvious that that house has been sitting on the market.
put a
And
time on it, right?
yes, and we don't want that. I mean, they're going to know eventually if they get to the point where they're considering putting an offer on the house, if they haven't already read in detail the Zillow listing or the Redfin listing or whatever that shows how long. And most of them don't, though, right? They look at the photo, they look at the price, the square footage, the neighborhood, and then they decide if they want to go see it. And then they do, and then hopefully they start to fall in love with it. They start to form that emotional attachment to it. Then they're going to tell their agent, okay, we want to put an offer in on the house. And the agent's going to say, if it has been sitting on the market, that's when their agent is going to point that out to them and say, okay, well, it's, they're probably motivated, so we can come in a little bit lower, but we don't want to make that obvious right off the bat. Otherwise, they may never even come to see the house to begin with.
Got you. Got you.
You
And that's
may
a,
never get that chance to start getting them to form that attachment to it.
and
If
that's
they
a,
see photos of Halloween decorations, Christmas decorations, even seasonal, just, fall, generic
yeah.
fall decor or spring decor, then they're just going to swipe. They're not going to go see the home
Mhm.
because they're going to start assuming that there's something wrong with it. They're going to
Right.
think of all the worst case scenarios, um, somebody, a realtor said once, and I don't know her name, but my mentor works with her and passed this on to me. Your home is never going to be more valuable, perceived value, then the first day it hits the market.
Okay.
So you want to do everything you can to present it in its best light from day one. So yeah, avoid letting people know that it's been on the market. You don't want them looking at it in December and seeing
Mhm.
jack-o'-lanterns and
You're
witches
right.
and skeletons. Yeah.
Hey, and that's why, we tap in with you, to get your opinion so people know the do's and don'ts of, going through the process of selling their homes and home staging. If you're just tuning in, hopefully you got to hear something. Go back and rewind. Talking to home stager TJ McArdle. She's somebody that we trust, and somebody that we refer to
Oh,
all our clients. If you're listening, give her a call, get a consultation with her. Can you go ahead and give me your information just in case somebody may want to reach out to you or contact you?
yeah, we can be reached at 909-256-9411 or at larimarhomestaging.com. Larimar is spelled Larimar. We're also on Instagram at Larimar Home Staging.
Okay.
I want to add one more thing. So if you're a family and you've got young children and it's just going to break their heart, to pack up the Halloween decorations or not
Mhm.
bring out the Christmas tree this year, and it might even be heartbreaking for mom and dad because it is
Yeah,
their last Christmas in that house. So an alternative, it's not ideal, but an alternative would be just to wait until the listing photos are taken at least.
that's
And if
smart.
you've already decorated, let's say you're a seller and the real estate photographer is showing up tomorrow to your house to take the photos, and you've got um, some jack-o'-lanterns and skeletons out, maybe nothing too elaborate like I used to do, because that would be too much work, but just do something that I call a photo scrub. Just take those things out of the shot. When the photographer is coming in and he's shooting, take those things out of view of the camera lens. And then when the photos are done, you can put everything back.
So, from what you just said, you're a decorator even when you're not working.
Oh yeah. Well, it's been a while since I decorated for Halloween, but people used to come from miles away to see my Halloween decorations.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for hanging out with us, especially on this evening. I know I was running a little late. I apologize, but it's always a pleasure.
Stories.
The one and only TJ McARDLE, uh, home decorator. What say the website again?
LarimarHomestaging.com.
LarimarHomestaging.com. We have all the information in our description below. But thank you again for joining us, and we
Thank
always appreciate
you.
you. And I can't wait to talk to you next time.
Great. We'll see you then.
All right, have a good one. Thank you again, TJ.
Thank you.
Bye bye.